Hey everybody, I'm back today with my third video. This is my third video using the Slam Dunk collection from Carta Bella to scrapbook some senior photos of Logan. If you have not seen the other two videos that I've already posted, I will go ahead and link them up in the description box below because I feel like as a collection of videos, they give you a really good idea of how to kind of work through a collection like this off theme and have the ability to kind of go through the process of making the embellishments and then using them all up. So I think that is really a good kind of set of videos for this type of scrapbooking. I have my last two photos here. I want to scrapbook them together. I'm putting them on this nice warm orange paper. The other colors I'm going to pull in for today's layout tend to be a bit cool, and so I want to add some warm color behind my photos because we're going to then pull in these blues, and I feel like the blues kind of blend in too much with the photo, so that's why we're going to go ahead and mat it. So I'm going to mat both my photos together in this warm orange paper, and then I'm also going to mat it in some of this kind of brown check pattern. I think, did I use that? No, I didn't have enough of a scrap left. I'm going to pull in one of the wood grain papers. There just wasn't enough of that grid paper, so I'm going to go ahead and use this warm wood grain for the second mat on my photos. We're going to create a mixed media background today. So I am marking where I want these two papers to be. These are going to go across the top of my page, and then I want the mixed media to kind of look like it's falling or dripping down behind these two patterns. So that's why I'm just making a little bit of a pencil mark. The first thing I am using here is a spray from Brutus Monroe called, this is one of their vintage mists, and it is called Vignette. It is available over at A Cherry on Top, so I will link up any of the mediums I use here that are available over at A Cherry on Top, but I know that this vintage mist is available over at A Cherry on Top, and actually I think it's sold out at Brutus Monroe. So I went ahead and I liberally sprayed the vintage mist onto my background. I didn't want it to look like it was sprayed on, so I went ahead and kind of used a paintbrush to smush it up a little bit. Now I'm coming in with more of the vintage mist as well as some aqua pigments in Gilded. And then I want this to be nice and wet. I want all these things to flow because, as you can see, I want them to drip. I want lots of drippiness. This is a Chroma Mist in Ornamental Gold. Again, I will link everything that I used in the description box below. You can see here the more medium that I can add to this middle section of my page, the better my drips are going to be, and the cooler they're going to look, and the cooler the end product is going to look, which is why I said get a nice thick watercolor paper so that this vintage mist and the aqua pigment and the Chroma Mist and Ornamental Gold can all kind of play with each other and have some fun. So once I had these all tapped and I had everything drippy exactly the way that I want it to be, I'm going to go ahead and set it aside and let it dry completely and thoroughly. Fast forward a bit, and here is my dried mixed media background. Gorgeous and all ready. Once the mixed media background was dry, this layout is going to go together super duper fast because I have all of those embellishments, and I still have more of the embossed panels that I used for the last two layouts, and I can just put this together super simple. So I am adhering everything down using Nuvo Deluxe adhesive because I am working with a background paper that has paint and sprays and glimmer and pigment and all that stuff on it. And generally speaking, most tape runners will not stick to that. So we definitely need our tried and true glue. For the underneath, so I have that blue paper down. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm tearing a piece of that grid paper, just a strip of that grid paper. I'm going to ink it up, and then I'm going to tuck it up underneath the blue as well. And then I am also going to go ahead and add 2 strips of that embossed wood, those wood planks that I made clear back in my first layout. I made oodles of them, and that turned out so good because now I have them and they can be something that coordinates and works through all 3 of the scrapbook pages that I have using this one outfit from Logan's senior photos. So I'm going to go ahead and tuck the lumber pieces, that's what I'm calling the embossed lumber pieces, underneath. And then I'll add that torn strip of the grid paper and tuck that underneath. And then I'm going to go ahead and pop my photos up on some foam tape and center my photos right on top of the layered papers and my mixed media background. I'm just gonna first I thought I put it more towards the bottom, but then I decided no, we're gonna pop right here in the middle. This layout is not going to have a title because it's going to be a companion page for either the first layout I did or the second. I'm not sure. I won't know till I go ahead and kind of put it into the album, but it will be on the other side of a companion page. This is a companion. Can I say companion page again? I think I can. So my plan is I'm going to use all of the rest of the leaves and the dragonflies that I cut, and I'm going to go ahead and cluster them up and kind of play with them a little bit, decide how I want them to go. Again, like I said, this particular layout is going to come together quite easily because the embellishments are made and they are ready to go. Again, using my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive so that everything sticks to everything else, because even our embellishments, we had lots of ink and things go on top of them. And whenever I am playing with inks or stains or sprays or anything like that, I really want to use wet glue to adhere them down nice and sturdy on my layout. I decided I wanted a little bit of a anchoring strip, a piece of anchoring color across the bottom of my layout. So I'm going to go ahead and cut a piece of this orange paper, and I cut 2. I'm going to put one across the bottom and one across the top, and I feel like that just adds a little bit more of that warm orange color to the layout, and also it is going to kind of frame my layout out and frame my layout and give it like a definite stop and a definite top and a definite bottom. Let's say that. And that's where we're going to call this one all done. I love how all 3 of these layouts turned out. I think that this idea of taking something that is very themed and turning it on its head and turning it into something that is completely different just by kind of embracing the beautiful colors and patterns in a collection is so much fun and so cool. And I hope you've enjoyed this little adventure with me as well. Have a wonderful, wonderful day to everybody, and I will see you back again very soon. Bye.